This week on No Limits Fishing.
Yeah, we got him on right now.
Alright, we're getting closer. Fish is getting closer to the boat here. Where a lot of stuff either goes right or wrong. Welcome to another edition of No Limits Fishing. We've got the whole family together here for an adventure. We've got my wife Amy and daughter Caroline, who's 9, and Braden right here, he's 4, and of course crusty old Captain Barrett here to join us. Barrett, what do you have to say for yourself this morning?
It's early. It's early. I'm having a tough time getting going this morning, but man, it's a beautiful day out here, and looking forward to getting into the blue water.
Yeah, this morning what we're gonna do is we've got a good weather window. We're gonna head offshore to the Gulf Stream. The wahoo fishing has been pretty good. Yesterday some folks went out of the Ocean Isle Fishing Center and had really good luck. An area called the Blackjack Hole, which is well known. It's about 65 miles to the southeast of Ocean Isle Beach. And you know, not going to try anything real fancy to start with. We're going to, you know, rig standard technique, ballyhoo and troll baits on top and at depth, and see if we can get something going.
Yeah, I was wondering what your plan was. You wouldn't allow me to bring any of my equipment today, so I'm a little nervous. I feel like I've left all my belongings at home, but you promised that we're going to catch fish, so I've got faith.
Well, I will accept responsibility today because I have brought my good luck charms.
You didn't bring any tackle, you brought them, so that's all we need.
I just brought the kids and the wife, and they'll do the work. But once we get out there, you know, we'll go over some of the techniques, you know, the rigging and what we're trying to accomplish in fishing for the wahoo. And you know, there may also be some blackfin tuna. Maybe we'll see some of those. And actually, one of the boats brought in a nice mahi yesterday, so maybe we'll see one of those. They said water temperatures were running in the low 70s offshore. Right. So we'll be looking for those conditions, and typically fishing, when we're focusing on the wahoo, we'll be fishing up along the edge of the continental shelf in 150 to say 200 feet of water where you have a good bottom structure.
Yeah, this is a good time of year to be in the Gulf Stream. It's kind of the transitional period from winter to summer fishing, and you know, we're looking for temperature edges and things like that. So you know, you got a mixture of possibilities out there, like you said, wahoo, maybe some blackfin tuna, and even a few mahi starting to show up.
Yeah, and then you know, we'll see what happens from there. You know, if the fishing is good, we can try some you know, unique things. If it's bad, then we can do some other things, some bottom fishing or jigging or whatever. But you know, we've kind of come equipped with everything, and so we'll see what happens. But it's a beautiful day, and let's head on offshore.
Alrighty.
So this is the famed Frying Pan Tower weather buoy. If you ever go on the internet It's sort of like the Bible for finding out what the weather's like offshore. You get the reading, it tells you how much wind is blowing and how tall the seas are. This is it. This is the Frying Pan Tower weather buoy, and it's about 10 miles southwest of Frying Pan Tower. And the cool thing about it is it's kind of on the way to the fishing grounds offshore in the Gulf Stream, and we needed a little break. The kids needed a break. I needed a break. So I thought we'd stop here real quick, see if we could jig up some live bait. You know, I don't really plan on fishing with it. I plan on trolling dead bait, traditional style for the wahoo, but you know, we needed a break, and if we can put some live baits in the well, then who knows what we'll use them for. You never know, but we'll see. Maybe there'll be some here. I don't know, Barrett. Feels a little... Got something on here. You can pretty much put a sabiki rig on your rod and drop it almost anywhere in the ocean and catch something. May not be what you're looking for, which I don't think this is exactly what I'm looking for. This feels like sea bass or something. Yeah. Look at there.
Is that going to use those one for bait?
I don't think they're going to do us much good.
Yeah, they would have.
Huh?
Is that killing peas user?
Nah, they won't help us. What we're looking for are live cigar minnows and thread fins and stuff, so the water's a little cold. They may not be here.
No Limits Fishing is brought to you by... There's no better place than the one you call home. It's where memories are made and futures are planned. Doesn't your home deserve the right protection? Stop by or call Allstate agent Rusty Russ at 910-754-6596 to talk about home insurance today and let the good life in.
Yeti coolers are built to take the rugged abuse that comes with the way we work and play. These grizzly-proof ice chests are virtually indestructible. With thicker walls, more than twice the insulation, they outperform the competition. And keeping things cold is what Yeti Cooler is all about. Yeti Coolers. Wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Marine Service Center of Little River, offering sales and service for Yamaha, Contender, Pathfinder, Hughes, Maverick, Carolina Skiff, and other top-of-the-line brands. Visit us online or off Highway 9 outside of Little River.
Fulford Heating and AC is a third-generation family-owned company going on our 40th year servicing Brunswick County. We have been voted Brunswick County's best HVAC company 5 years running and tops in customer service. Fulford Heating and AC has been selling warmer winters and cool summers since 1974. Now, back to more No Limits Fishing.
Here at the Blackjack Hole. Weather started off perfect, and typical. Unfortunately, it's gotten a little rough out here. Seas are probably 2 to 4 foot. Water's a decent color blue. We're just getting a few baits in the water. Brand's rigging up some ballyhoo here on just standard trolling rigs. I mean, this is a really common way to fish out of our area, and wahoo is probably one of our #1 most targeted species. So, what are you gonna? How many lines do you think you're gonna try to run today? Yeah, we'll probably fish, I don't know, between 5 and 7 lines, just depending on what the sea conditions do. You know, if it gets too rough, it gets hard to deal with stuff, we'll come down. But we try to run 7 if we can. We'll do a mixture of lines up top and then also some, subsurface under the water, and just try to cover the area. Use a lot of black and purple, blue and white, so it's sort of your standard colors out here. Yeah, so this is a good time to kind of talk about a point that is overlooked a lot of times. It's super, super important that you fish within your means, and what I mean by that is, everybody, a lot of fishermen, they got rod and reels, they got too many rod and reels, they got too many lures, and you have this, inclination to try to fish too many baits because you want to put all your stuff out there. But the truth of the matter is, on days like this where it's rough, you really need to scale down. On a calm day, like you said, we may fish 7, maybe as many 10 lines while we're trolling, but today, 4, 5, at the most, maybe 6 lines. We're doing that because we don't want to get stuff tangled. We want to fish effectively,
and you know, have our best chance of catching fish that way instead of just trying to throw too much out there.
Yep, you'd rather have 3 lines fishing perfect than 10 lines fishing halfway, so that's important.
All right, well, I'm gonna put a couple out myself. Let's go.
One tool that we use to help us catch more fish, particularly wahoo fishing, is this little thing. It's just a glorified egg sinker. It's been squashed. I actually developed this. It's called a wahoo bomb, and it's really nothing more than a sliding sinker. But what we do with this is it gets your bait another 5 to 10 feet down, which can make a huge difference. So all I've done is rig this onto my main line. My bait is tied on here, so it's further back there. And then what I'm gonna do is actually stretch my line out. Let me let a little bit of line out here, sorry. So I'm gonna let the line flow through the weight right here. So I want the bait to be about 30 or so. Sorry, I want the bait about 30 or so feet from the weight. And then what I'll do is take a rubber band and I half hitch it right here behind it. And then I just take the front of it and go right over top. Now as you can see, it's locked in position. The really cool thing is if we get a fish on and we bring him up, all I'll have to do is reach out and undo the rubber band off the front of the weight, and then the weight will slide down and I can wind the fish right up to the boat. Smoker on! I about fell out of the boat trying to get it out of the rod holder twice. He is getting it done right now. Yeehaw! Oh, got a big one on, Brady. All right, Caroline, are you up this one? Who's up? Burn my thumb, boy. Look at that. That's braid coming across my thumb as I was falling out of the boat. Alright, we're getting closer. Fish is getting closer to the boat here. This is where a lot of stuff either goes right or wrong. I have our gaff man come up right behind me. Oh, he's mad. See that? He's shaking his head. Alright. Right here.
No Limits Fishing is brought to you by... There's no better place than the one you call home. It's where memories are made and futures are planned. Doesn't your home deserve the right protection? Stop by or call Allstate agent Rusty Russ at 910-754-6596 to talk about home insurance today and let the good life in. As a business owner, it's important for you to understand what you're making and what you're spending. At First Bank, we believe education is key to any financial endeavor, and we pride ourselves in collaborating with businesses. Visit localfirstbank.com or stop by a branch for a free business banking review. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Marine Service Center of Little River, offering sales and service for Yamaha, Contender, Pathfinder, Hughes, Maverick, Carolina Skiff, and other top-of-the-line brands. Visit us online or off Highway 9 outside of Little River.
Fulford Heating and AC is a third-generation family-owned company going on our 40th year servicing Brunswick County. We have been voted Brunswick County's best HVAC company 5 years running and tops in customer service. Fulford Heating and AC has been selling warmer winters and cool summers since 1974. Now, back to more No Limits Fishing.
Got a planer bite here. This thing's not really designed to be taken out of the rod holder. Just kind of, it's such a big piece of equipment to hold the big planer. So we had a little bite here, we got him on. Normally just leaving the rod holder and just winch him in here. Some days though, this deep bait can be the one that you get all your bites on. Some days you don't get any bites, but we're not getting a lot today, but at all. We'll see. I'm winching him in here. I don't think there's a whole lot to this one. It's really hot. Alright, you got the drop here. I got it. It's really hot. Alright, we got a little wahoo on here. See if we can capitalize on this one and get him in here. Well, that thing, why's your face all wet?
Got me.
Did he hit you in the face?
No, I just...
Hey, Brandon, good job, buddy. Give me a 5.
You did it.
All right. Caught a wahoo. Look at the fire. Good job, guys. All right. Fish in the boat. Okay. All right, last trick of the day. Stop on the way in, do a little sea bass fishing, make for some good fresh sea bass fillets. You can't beat that. Caroline, how's it going? You get any bites?
I think about
Take it. Oh yeah, you got him. Oh, there's one. Whoa, look at there, Caroline.
Good job.
You got a good one. Oh, I got a stud too. Look at that thing right there. Bam!
Dad, will you help me get him in? He's barely hooked.
Oh, a couple of keepers. So during the late fall and in the springtime, the big sea bass are available. And this is the best eating fish in the ocean, so just a little bit of icing on the cake here. Going home for dinner. You can see I'm jigging again like we did earlier. I'm jigging. Caroline's just using some cut bait, but even these old jigs, they'll catch bass just like the other. Well, that was a nice day on the water, kind of. Fish didn't exactly cooperate like we had hoped, but we made a day of it. We got some dinner on the table, caught a variety of fish. Yep. All is not lost. No, that was, that was probably a standard, fairly typical day. We didn't get quite as many bites as we would have liked to, but you can't go out there and expect to kill them every time. We picked away. We had 2 wahoo bites. We caught one. We lost the other one literally right at the boat. And then caught a few other species, and then did some bottom fishing and such. And Braden, did you have a good time?
Yes, Dad.
Caroline, did you have a good time? Wifey, Amy, did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
Wonderful time. Well, till next time, another adventure in the books.
Man, it was great to be back on the water there and actually put a few fish in the boat.
Yeah, we owe all of our fans a little apology for the first episode. We opened up the season with a big fat goose egg. Hopefully everyone sensed how hard we tried, and you can always see the tears coming from our face. We tried so hard, but we got some fish this time, a little bit.
Yeah, you know, we were targeting wahoo, which, you know, that time of year, it was early spring, late winter time, and, you know, that's one of our most prevalent fish out there. And to be honest, man, our wahoo fishing out of here is just about as good as anywhere you're going to find.
Yeah, I would put it up against most anywhere in the country, and really the season, I would say, the main one is from, say, October through April is the heart of our season. I think that was early spring. It was good to get the kids out on the water, and you know, I don't know how much of the camera we caught one, we put one in the boat, and man, we literally lost a fish, a heartbreaker. It was, I'll take the blame for it, but a little bit of error getting the fish to the boat. I let him get slack, but we caught one. The jigging was fun too. You know, that's a neat thing you can do out there too.
Yeah, that's a good way to break up the day. You know, if the fish, the topwater fish, the wahoos, the mahis, tunas aren't cooperating, you can just about guarantee yourself some action by stopping out there on the break, dropping those vertical jigs down like we were doing, something like this right here, just a heavy piece of metal painted like a fish, and you drop that down to the bottom and you jig it and you work it real fast, and the fish, they can't stand it, they're gonna have to eat it.
It's a technique we utilize a lot charter fishing, just for, I mean, even honestly, even when we are doing good, I mean, either you're doing no good and you need to do something, or you're doing too good and you need to do something just different to break it up. So we pull our lines in, generally, you know, most trips for about an hour, maybe two, just depending on how much fun the folks are having, because this is work. It's work to drop your bait down 200 feet, jig it like crazy, and then hook fish that will, you know, pull your arms out of their sockets, and to have to drag them up. And you know, you can catch anything. You know, amberjack are always down there, that's obvious, but we catch groupers, we catch covias, we even catch topwater species, tunas, wahoos, so you just don't know. But you know, rigging the stuff is really important, and really the main thing to vertical jigging is the connection between your leader and your actual tackle itself. So what we want to show here is Barrett's going to tie the connection. So our main line is typically going to be a braided line, usually in the 80-pound class, and he's going to tie a loop first. And the loop itself is just really a triple granny knot, where you just go through the hole 3 times, which you call it a surgeon's knot, if you will, to make a loop generally around 6 to 8 inches or so. Then once you have your loop, from there you're then going to take your leader. Generally we're using around 80 pound, and we're going to splice that into the loop using an Albright knot.
Yeah, that's right. This hopefully this high vis line will be easy to see here when we're tying this, and I got to kind of face this way to do it. But this is, you know, all we're trying to do. We like to use braid because it's a direct connect, but the mono gives just enough stretch, and you can use fluorocarbon also, and that helps hide the lure, or excuse me, hide your hardware. So basically, this is just a good example of how you connect the two. So all you do, you go through the loop. I think there was a scene like this in Jaws. You go through the rock, you go around it 6 to 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So you're working your way down the loop, keeping the line over the top of the loop. Okay, so you went up through it, then you wrapped it down both strands of the loop, and now you go straight back down through the opposite way that you went in the loop, right?
That's it, right there.
And then you grab both tag ends, so your tag and your main line, and then you pull opposite of each other, and the knot will cinch down into what we call the modified Albright knot, I think is what it might be called.
So your result is a connection. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, fail-proof connection. It's small, so it goes through the guides easy. Typically, we'll use fluorocarbon to, because it's also abrasion resistance, and the fish can't see it. So it's a good way to fish the break. The tackle, 80-pound Power Pro, and then you're going to want a rod. It needs to be a short, stout rod, either spinning or conventional, and a reel that can be smaller so that it's not real heavy to work with. but also got a really, really good drag system because you're going to be fighting some really big fish. So those are sort of the ingredients. Another jig, just to show, this is called the old Roscoe jig, and this is one of our favorites. It literally looks like nothing, but you put this on the bottom and jig it, and you will catch fish immediately.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that certainly is a great way to fish, great way, an action-producing technique to do. But like you said, that was fishing in early April. We're now here in early June filming, and let's kind of talk a little bit about the fishing report. What is happening?
We're not needing to find things to do to take up time. The fishing is absolutely incredible, and it's good on a bunch of different fronts, but you cannot deny the Gulf Stream right now. We were wahoo fishing, picking a fish here and there, but the mahi are here now, and we are absolutely destroying them, just having a ton of fun. Fish anywhere from 10 to 40 plus pounds. A lot of fun.
Like I said before, you could set your watch to it, the way this fishery here for the mahi. The mahi come here every year about, mid-May usually, and they're here through the beginning of June. I mean, they're here longer than that, but the main body of fish is that time. They arrive with a flying fish, like we talked about before, and, out there on the break in 160 foot of water on out to 500 foot or beyond, those fish are out there, and excellent fish to eat. Obviously, mahi, it's as good as it gets, and tons of fun to catch. I mean, they're beautiful fish. The color variation is awesome. They jump, they run. I mean, it is probably one of the #1 sport fish in the world. Yeah, and another interesting fact, mahi are the fastest growing fish in the ocean, which for all of the, the animal lovers out there, mahi are a very, what you call a sustainable fishery. So they replenish themselves every year. They've been known to grow up to 1 inch a day. So these fish that we're catching that are 10 to 15 pounds, most of those fish are barely a year old, if that. And so you got a constant replenishment, and because they grow so fast, they eat all the time. It's not rocket science to catch them. So you can explain that rig right there. What does that look like to you? That's a flying fish.
Yeah.
That's what a flying fish looks like.
Yeah, so we're rigging a head like this over top of a ballyhoo and mimicking the flying fish. Another thing that we do, we actually will oftentimes throw big lures in the spread like this, and this actually mimics the small tunas that we see also, like little blackfin and false albacore. And this is really good for the big mahi. And what likes to eat mahi besides you and me?
Yeah, exactly. The blue marlin.
That's right.
They are out there.
That's right.
And I wouldn't say we have a world-class marlin fishery out there, but we do have great dolphin fishing, and just to throw that in the spread, it gives yourself an opportunity at doing something really special. Yep. And we have caught a number of marlin over the years, and that's a great way to do it there.
Yeah, and big fish, big bait. Of most of the 30 plus pound mahi that I can remember catching, I would say the majority come on these big lures. They pick them out of your spread of all your baits and they go for the big fish. But just other notes of what's going on. We started live bait fishing a little bit. Obviously the cobia, we talked about that last show. The cobia fishing's really good. King mackerel are starting to happen. The Spanish are still on the beach. Lots and lots of things happening around here.
Yeah, I mean, this it's really interesting. The cobia fishing to me is super interesting because this is a new phenomenon to this area. I mean, we've always caught cobia, but nothing like we're seeing now. Right. I mean, we actually have a bona fide, legitimate cobia fishery. We are a destination for cobia fishing now, and fishing artificial reefs, buoys, anything, hard bottom even. Right. Last year was great. This year it started off even better. Right. And good ways to catch them. You're holding there that jig we've talked about before. Yeah. We did an awesome show with cobia last year, and we just filmed a show.
Well, we might allude that there's another one coming.
There's another one in the tube right now. That we had an excellent day again, or you did anyways. Yeah. And cobia fishing is all about getting around them and then just aggravating them enough to get them to bite.
Yeah. So that pretty much wraps up the show. I will say one last point. The reason that you were not here for our possible upcoming cobia episode was that Barrett has introduced a new member to his family, Annabelle, who was a little bitty nugget. We said about 5 pounds, right?
Yeah. She's a little bitty thing, but she's the next future lady angler of the team here. So I'm excited to have her. And
well, congratulations to you and Stephanie. We're very happy for you guys, and we'll look forward to fishing together again more.
Absolutely.